Probably on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go
What
to
it
this.
do? What it do? We live, man. I got a very special today. I'm ready to show you all the ins and outs on YouTube, give you the full story, hide nothing back. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite people on YouTube. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, man? It's Barry with Hotep Kennels. He's texting.
Man, where can they find you at? On YouTube and IG?
What's that?
Can they find YouTube and IG?
YouTube, IG, Facebook, TikTok, all at Hotep Kennels.
Okay. Cool, man. Y'all make sure you go there and hit that like button, subscribe to all this stuff. Tune for everything that's coming, man. Let's go ahead and kick this off, man. What was your first dog and when did you?
Are you breaking up? I know your
I said,
question.
what was your first dog and when did you get him?
My first dog was named Blood. He was a Kobe pit, and I got him in 2005 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay. So you was into the pit. So how'd you get into the bullies then?
Well, back in '98, I saw my first one, and I was looking for dogs that looked like that, but at the time I didn't know what they were called. I just knew them as pits. So it wasn't until actually till 2014 that I even found out what they were. They were actually American bullies.
Okay, so you was thinking they was just bigger, swoller pits, just like everybody else on the, before you got into what, like the paperwork and stuff?
Yeah, because I didn't even find out about that till like 2011, where I actually saw some legit paperwork for the first time.
Okay. Cool, cool. Well, how many times a day do you feed your bullies, man?
I actually feed my dogs like once every other day.
Okay, so you give them that dry day, couple days throughout the week. How does that work for you, man? Everything be working good? The poop still be looking right?
Yeah, it all depends on the dog, though. Not every dog likes the dog food that we on right now. So once I downsize my yard, I'm probably gonna switch back to black gold. So everybody seem to do real well on that. But we on
Okay,
right now.
okay, black gold. Where can you find that one at?
Only one place I know to get it, and there's a local feed store out here. That's the only place I ever seen it. Right
Okay,
around
and
my house.
the poop, it don't be messy when you get it up. It be nice, solid nuggets on that black gold.
Yeah, not only does it be solid, but it comes with like a liquid glaze around it, which I thought was interesting. So it comes out a little bit. It's solid, but it's got like a liquid around it that's the same color as the stool, which I thought was interesting. So that to me makes it seem like it's more lubricated, where they're not gonna be constipated with dry stool coming out of theirs.
Okay. Shout out Heavy Pressure, Slaughterhouse, Bando for y'all coming in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. So do you use raw feed, man, or you?
Nah, we haven't started using raw feed yet. We plan on doing that in the future. That's a lot more strenuous process, a lot of cleaning that's involved, a lot of research that needs to be done. So we'll do that later on, given that we continue with this thing. Like I said before, we had a crossroads, like I was saying yesterday. Trying to say, I was having technical difficulties yesterday because I was out, but I'm at the house now. So you should hear me loud and clear.
Okay. I think the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm glitching, but I know you are on my end.
Okay. Yeah, it might be my Wi-Fi, man. The kids be on it. I said, do you use any supplements?
Nah. At one point we did use Dime, but we got away from that. I feel like it's unnecessary. I mean, unless there's something wrong with your dog and you need them to shake back from it, something, then it could be used for that. But just to have them on it all the time, especially if you're not going to be working your dogs. If you're not putting your dogs through strenuous work every day, you don't need to feed them every day. You don't need to be putting them on those supplements because anything they're going to be based on their genetics anyway.
Okay, yeah, I see you got some big dogs over there. So what class of bully you got then?
I got mostly XLs. I only got like one pocket, maybe like some classics, you know what I'm saying? But mostly XLs, man. That's what I like. I like big dogs, bro.
Okay, I see a lot of talk about working bullies. You brought up working them. Do you think bullies can work? And if so, what kind of work do they, are they good for? Like, is it just the show competitions, or can they get out there and hog hunt, wall climb, and all that too?
Yeah, it all depends on the blood and sometimes the class. It's whatever you breed for. You know what I'm saying? So I like working style dogs more so than I like show dogs. I have a show dog. That's why I can speak from experience of owning one. The difference between having them and having dogs that can do weight pull, hog hunt, um, dock diving, agility, protection, all that stuff. I'm an athlete, so I like active dogs. That's what I'm used to. I don't know what they got going on these days, but to each their own.
Yeah, I be noticing that, man. What's up with that? Like, do you prefer the bullies that was like back in the day, or the bullies of now?
Definitely like back in the day. Totally
Okay,
back.
so was those like the street dogs you know what I'm saying? You said you had street dogs. You thought they was just pits. Were those kind of like the street bullies that you used? Do you
Yep,
remember?
yep. They sure were. That's
Okay,
all.
what about paperwork, man? Does that mean anything to you, or is it just about the dog?
It's a good question. Back in the day, it didn't mean anything to me because I didn't know what the purpose of it was. And after doing comparing breedings that I did with dogs that were unregistered compared to dogs that were, and knowing where they came from and what these certain traits were that were showing up, and not being completely clueless as to where they may have, be coming from, that difference is what I see. Um, I see the benefit in having registered dogs. Obviously, you can charge more and stuff like that, but knowing the history, knowing which dogs is bringing out which traits, you can identify what direction you need to go next, as opposed to where I just bred two dogs together because I thought they looked good together. Then I want to see what they're going to do. You basically just rolling the dice, taking a risk, trying to figure it out as you go. Basically, breeding blind.
Okay. Slaughterhouse Kennels got a question for you. He said, "What do you think about the exotic bullies?"
Yeah, I'll keep it 100. I'm not a fan of exotic bullies, yo. I pull no punches with that, yo. I don't get it, yo. I don't understand why. It's like animal abuse. You're breeding dogs with dwarfism to dogs with dwarfism, completely disregarding structure and all the purposes that come with that. I'm all about structure. I'm about structure first in my program. That was my main focus coming out the gate. I need my dogs to be correct. I don't want any structural issues in my productions. I can add mass, girth, and bone later because that's a dime a dozen. But these dogs, exotics, are living 2, 3 years, and people spend tens of thousands of dollars on them. That's crazy.
Big money, and they don't seem like they can move around the yard, man.
I mean, you got some that can and some that can't. But even if they can move, moving can kill them. They doing too much in the heat.
How do you feel about the Merles?
Oh man, Merles. Whew. I got concerns when it comes to the Merles because you basically have to outcross it. You can't breed it to itself. So I don't have an issue with the pattern itself. I think it looks, you know what I'm saying, cool, but I can't in good conscience approve of something like that. That's such a risk. You have to DNA test on that. Because you could wind up breeding to a dog that's Merle and you don't even know it. Because it doesn't show. Which also gives me concerns about now that it's becoming so prevalent in the breed. You could wind up getting a dog that has it and you don't even know. And it just winds up showing up in one of your litters. That risk of deafness and blindness, that's the reason why I stay away from white dogs as well. If any type of pattern or color causes some type of health issue, I don't want no parts of it, man. I don't care how much money is in it. At some point, integrity, man.
Something about the blue eyes. Like if they start getting blue eyes or start getting a little bit too much white on Merles, that means something's going wrong with the genes.
You said blue eyes?
Yeah, blue eyes on the Merle. They said something about like the blue eye on the Merle, or if it's too much white on the coat, it's something that's up in the genes. You heard that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, what do you use for fleas and ticks on the yard, man, with the humidity? Because I know you in Texas, I'm in Oklahoma. What about people around the South? What should they use for fleas and ticks?
Man, we've been going through it lately with these fleas, bro. To be honest with you, I got a couple videos about it, and I got another one on the way. But it's been raining nonstop pretty much all spring and into the summer out here, so we haven't been able to do what we normally do to treat our yard, which is use like Bug Be Gone, like throw down some granules down on the ground to treat the yard. So we've had, we even use apple cider vinegar in their water, and like none of that stuff was stopping it. It's been real bad. The vets are getting a lot of complaints from their customers coming in, talking about how bad the fleas were this year. It's like you really gotta, come out of pocket and get on those chewables and them pills to treat them internally, not just externally on the yard and doing whatever type of spray or dip that you use. Like it's just not enough if things get real bad.
Yeah, I've been noticing that, man. Seems like these fleas is coming out of nowhere.
Hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on 1 second. My wife was saying.
I was telling Barry, I said what we learned from the vet that some dogs that has the Merle trait in them, there's certain medicines or something that they can't have because they have that trait in them. So there's a lot of stuff about the Merles that we really don't know that that needs more research on.
Yep. That's a problem.
Yeah, and they're starting to get very popular, so I'm pretty sure it's a lot of bad practicing going on out here to get ready for a lot of mess.
Yeah, that's a major problem though. You have something wrong with your dog and you can't treat it because it's a Merle.
Because it has the Merle trait in it.
It has that Merle gene.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I can't remember what she said it was. But I remember her mentioning that part though.
Yeah. I forgot all about that. Thank you.
So what do y'all think about the crop or flop on the ear?
The crop or flop? I prefer crop, but there's some dogs whose personality just doesn't match it for me, so I don't even trip about getting them done. But I've seen firsthand my personal experience of owning like 50 plus dogs in my lifetime, in about 16 years, the difference between dogs having cropped ears and not having cropped ears as far as infections, getting bit by flies, rough play, getting them torn and getting infected. You gotta continuously give them penicillin shots. I prefer crop.
Okay, I think the crop ear kind of take away the personality. But I love the way the crop looks, though. What about whelping litters, man? Do y'all prefer a natural or a C-section?
Definitely natural. I've never even done a C-section.
Isn't
Oh,
it
you had
natural?
bad experiences with the C-section?
It can be. What's that?
I said you had bad experiences with the C-section?
No, I don't have any experience with C-section. I've never done a C-section.
Okay.
All my deliveries have been natural.
Okay. So do you consider yourself a breeder, or is this more of a hobby to you?
I mean, technically, uh, I'm considered to be a hobby breeder because I only had 2 litters a year, but I do consider myself to be a breeder.
Okay. So you take it serious. It's not just about the money for you. You only having two litters a year, huh?
Correct.
Okay. What do you feel about the prices, man? I be seeing some people post they bullies for like 15, 20,000. You know what I'm saying? Are they getting that, or is it just hype? You know what I'm saying?
Said it before, I'll say it again. Asking price is not getting price. You can advertise whatever you want. That don't mean that you're getting it. That's just what you value and price your dog at.
Okay. So what do you feel is a good range for a bully to be sold?
Hmm. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it depends on the blood and the history, but 2 to 5 grand is cool. That makes sense because at minimum, a breeder should be charging probably 3 grand a pup, just in case, just to have money on hand from the revenue in case something like what I went through with Parvo and having to spend $1,400 per puppy to try to save them. There's a lot of cost effectiveness with breeding dogs that a lot of people that just get them as pets don't understand, especially when you got a lot of dogs like I do. Because these vets ain't gonna
Yeah.
change just because people want to spend less money on them.
Okay, Bando said he got a question for you. He said, "What was bullies bred for?"
It was bred for the show ring. That was their purpose, to look good, to be a statue, to be a dog that looks good. That's it.
Okay, what do you breed your bullies for?
Shit, I want my dogs to work. I want them to protect. I want them to be able to hunt. I want them to be active. I want them to be a dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like I breed dogs, not bullies.
Okay, so you still want to you want a dog all around, like to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, and so have you ever had any one of like the dogs you bred actually go hog hunting?
Somebody bought a dog from me that's what they were going to use him for. That was from my first litter. Then of course I got some brothers in the back. I had Finley River Kennels come over with his son Lackey Outdoors, and they said they had some good looking hog dogs. And they had some potential, but they still need to be tested for that. But I feel like I got some dogs that'll definitely get out there and do that. Vest or no vest, they ain't gonna care. I've seen my dogs get on people's. What was it? It was a possum. Uh, what was it? What else they got on?
Possum, bird.
Birds, squirrels, cats, rats. It don't matter. My dogs got after something. I got some of it on video. We lost him for a second right there. You should be back, man.
I got kicked out, man.
Yeah, see, and you lost your volume too.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Uh-oh. They must be back there on Fortnite, man. My bad.
Randall said, "What was bullies?" That was a loaded question. What was bullies good for? What do you think about
Okay,
bullies?
Slaughterhouse Kennels said, what do you think about people calling the bullies pit bulls just
Just
to
a
sell pumps?
yeah. At this point, you shouldn't even have to do that. At this point, you shouldn't even have to do that. Based on what happened with Hulk and Marlon with DDK, he brought so much attention to the breed that people know that these. Well, I'm gonna say people know because I still run into people that still don't know what a bully is. But people are gonna do whatever they need to in order for them to get attention to what it is that they're doing. I didn't want the wrong attention, so I don't go around calling my dogs pit bulls. But I understand why people are doing it. But mislabeling
Okay.
the breed is obviously an issue with BSL, so it ain't good.
Okay, so what registry do you use, man? Because I heard that ADBA got a working bully or a working pit bull you could register on them. What registry do you use?
I mean, my dogs come from ADBA. I do have some UKC dogs. I have transferred some dogs from ADBA to UKC because of them being labeled working pit bulldogs. Because that's what Kitaka and Ogun are. They're ADBA registered as working pit bulldogs, and that all comes from all that controversy behind Hulk. When all the American pit bull terrier enthusiasts got on ADBA's ass about him calling his dog a pit bull, like you just asked me about, they decided to come up with something else that had to do with dogs that come off of that trace back to Wanna Be a Whopper, which was Edgar Edison's dog. It was a weight pull dog they allowed him to use. He wasn't supposed to breed the dog, but he did, and it eventually wound up biting him in the ass because somebody wound up killing him with his own hammer and taking two of his pups. So,
Dang. What do you think Hulk was mixed with to get that big?
well, that don't have anything to do with Marlon. It has something to do with Jack Ellis from Ellis Bloodline. He was actually caught mixing dogs by the ADBA, and that's why there was a whole big deal with him having to switch over to UKC dogs and the whole issue with Hulk and his paperwork. That's what that was all about. I don't know what breeds he's used to have his dogs that big, but he does have the biggest dogs in the market. And anybody that does have dogs his size probably got his dogs in the pedigree. So I don't know if he used English Mastiff, Presa Canario, or what, but I do know he was caught using something else. So, but again, like I said, Wanna Be a Whopper uh, was an American bulldog mix, so that dog is in their pedigree.
Okay. Finley Rivers said he believed your dogs would catch a hog if they was trained for it.
So yeah, he would know. Appreciate that, Jeff.
Yeah, so you got some monsters over there. You got vouchers for it that your dogs is monsters over there, huh?
Yeah, because he been in my house, he's seen it. He got a
So
video.
so give me 3 words that describe your kennel then.
3 words. Ooh.
Yeah, 3 words that describe your kennel the best.
Mm.
I got temperament, but for some
That's a
reason
good question.
temperament comes to me because we don't have hot dogs, but we know that they can take care of themselves and
Yeah.
us if need be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, temperament is one thing, but when I think of 3 words, I think of something that like a sense of yeah. You're describing
I know.
their traits. Like I said, 3 words
I know.
to describe the whole kennel.
Well, we had one person use functionality. I mean, I'm pretty sure yours got to be somewhere in there. You got working dogs over there, so we
Yeah.
know that's a given.
Mm. I never thought about that.
Me either.
Yeah, so you get it live. We don't send the questions over so you can prep for it. We want you to come off the head. What's the best words that's going to describe that kennel, man?
I'm gonna say peace, tranquility, and health.
Okay,
That works.
that's
Because
a
that,
good one. That's positive vibes. I like that.
yeah, because it encompasses everything that brings peace to my program, which is their temperament, their health, their structure, and like all the things that are supposed to be within this breed, within dogs, the species, period. That's what I strive for. That's what I breed for. That's what I breed towards. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know there was 14 dogs in the house right now. You don't hear nobody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Finley Rivers said, your dog leash is a logging chain. Best dog leash he's ever seen.
Oh yeah, he's talking about that tow truck chain. I got some tow truck chain leashes. Yeah, I had to make sure I brought that out for little man. Little man, he's probably the strongest dog here. I let his son actually feel the power of him too. Let's go to his channel, man. Check out them videos. He got some lives when he came to my yard. If you ain't seen them,
Okay. Yeah, shout out Floyd May for coming through, man. Appreciate you. He said quality, responsibility, and determination is how he described his kennel.
that's what's up.
Finley Rivers also said Barry and D are some of the nicest, genuine people that he have ever met.
Appreciate that, Jeff.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So what about any tips on whelping puppies or how I heard you speak on the parvo and I seen the videos. Did you get any tips on how to prevent the parvo or anything like that? Or is it just if it happened, it happened?
Yeah, as far as preventative measures, man, if it happens, it happens because if you get your shots from the store, um, or really, I want to say wherever, but of course the vet's going to defend it tooth and nail. There's no telling how that stuff was kept. If it was kept frozen properly, if it was somebody young taking care of it and messed up, and you get a bad batch, and now your puppies are susceptible to catching parvo. But like I was listening to Daryl Thrower at Daryl Thrower Bullies was talking about earlier, um, as far as vaccinations would go, and probably Jeff from Finley River Kennels could probably back me up on this because he hasn't given uh, vaccinations to his dogs in a long time. And I don't even do annual boosters. The only dogs that get vaccinated are my puppies. It's because they're so young, but my older dogs don't get their annual vaccinations. And I ain't never had an issue with parvo with none of my older dogs in all my years. So
Yeah, I noticed that too, man. Back in the day, when breeding on the street level and stuff, you wouldn't even give your dog shots sometimes. Them things live 12, 13 years.
yeah, if it wasn't on your yard, you ain't had to worry about it. I want to know where that you took them. Immune systems are weak, and vaccinations can get into a whole other topic, and not just with dogs, also with people as well. I don't believe in. I'm an anti-vaxxer by nature. Oh yeah, he's talking about when I had the that little bleach tray. My wife had put out to put have people when people come to your yard, man, put that some bleach in a little like bin for them to step in, so they don't track any viruses or bacteria to your yard from wherever it is that they came from. That's what he's talking about.
Okay. So just everybody that come through, just make sure they stepping in that so they can wear on the bottom of their shoes, huh?
Yep.
Beach water, baby.
Okay, that's a good tip right there. Let's see. What do you feel you bring to the bully game with the working dogs? Being that it's a show dog, it seemed like the exotics and the pockets are more or less the high valued class. What do you think you bring to the game? You know what I'm saying, to get people to start coming to the working dogs.
True. What's going to save it? I don't know if you're familiar with Terrell from Hall of Fame Bullies, but he's been talking about it late as of late about how these dogs are going to have to go back more terrier to bring back the health into these dogs. And I already did that when I brought the outcross cashmere into my line. I started my own outcross line in house for that very reason. Because I knew all the mass and stuff that I had going on with my other dogs. The only thing that was thought about was their size. And I was going to have to rectify a lot of things from the breeders before me. I was going to have to put more thought into the breeding process.
Okay. So I've heard this conversation. I heard you need a dog with drive. Show.
Yeah, you breaking up. What was you going to say, babe? You remember? Yeah, you breaking up. Can't hear you. You don't remember?
What was you talking about?
I don't know, but you was trying to say something, but then you asked a question. Oh yeah. Why you breaking up, bro? I wanted to say something. My wife was trying to say something about that parvo. Is that it's not just on your hands. So while people trying to just put hand sanitizer on their hands, this stuff is on your clothes as well. It sheds off the puppies after they recover from it and everything. So that's how our puppies had got it. Because we had a pup that's doing just fine now. He's 85 pounds. We just saw his 1 year birthday, yeah. But everybody was picking him up when we went to go vend that first Monday at this trade day vending spot they got out here in Kenton. And I believe probably people picking up puppies and got it from that puppy, got on their clothes, and transferred to him. And that's how him and a few other pups from that litter got parvo. Keep me clean from lace and crap.
Okay, so don't let nobody pick up your puppies.
Yeah, because if they pick someone up with parvo, is on. If they pick up another puppy that has parvo, it's not just on their hands; it's also on their clothes. So if they pick up your pup, that's another way of them catching it as well.
Okay, so you gotta treat them like a newborn. Keep everybody away from them, huh?
Basically.
Yeah, we was doing all that stuff, Floyd May, and they still caught it.
Yeah, it might just be one of them things, man. Like I don't know how it comes on, but like you said, probably somebody else or brought it into the yard. Because if you ain't have it in your yard, there should be no reason you caught it.
Exactly. It wasn't until we took them out the yard that they did catch it.
Yep. And it was already on they already had their first shot, or was it the second one by then? No, it was their first shot.
Yeah, they had already been vaccinated more than once.
Yeah.
They had 2 vaccinations, 2 rounds. Had the 5-1 and the I think it's the 9.
Okay. Floyd May said he got a Mandela daughter. He taking back to Mandela in a few months. I got a Mandela daughter. That's a Mandela daughter in my house.
That's interesting. Why is he doing the inbreeding so soon?
I don't know. These the type of questions. See, you very experienced in this dog game. That's why I'm trying to pick your mind here, because you know all the ins and outs. What would be wrong going back on the inbreeding? So, what do you think he should do? Like a cross out?
I mean, I don't know what his goal is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Well, I know what Mandela looks like, but I don't know what the daughter's like. You know what I'm saying? What traits she has, what flaws she might have, if she got them from Mandela, if he has any. You know what I'm saying? Because you're locking in the good and the bad with that breeding. So that's why I was asking. And I don't want mean to say so soon because I don't even know where he is in his program. You know what I'm saying? Because he could be years in, decades in, or he could just be getting started. But I just wanted to know why he's doing the inbreeding. What made him make that decision to do that?
Okay.
Because you got to have.
That's one of those things I look at, like, you know what I'm saying? How much, because you know Mandela has a big name. Is he your style of dog, Mandela?
No, he's not. I actually have a deposit for a first pick female off of Denzel that I've been waiting years to get for my boy Blitz. So I've been waiting for that breeding. It whatever issues has been going on, I've just been patiently waiting. If I'm like a
Okay.
pocket, I'm probably gonna be more leaning towards Denzel than a Denzel size than Mandela. I find it interesting that there's no weight limit on these dogs. It's all about strictly height, when there probably should be a weight limit based on height. It should be assigned to it.
Yeah, because sometimes it'd be looking unhealthy with them being so short and so big. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, Daryl Overthrow Bullies talk about it all the time. All this weight on these short legs, it's making it difficult for them to be able to move and function. And a lot of mass on a brachycephalic dog. If you have a lot of mass, you need a lot of oxygen to supply uh, to those muscles. And being a brachycephalic dog hinders that. So adding more mass, you're just asking for a potential issue.
Okay. Yeah, man. That you know what I'm saying? You ready to get deep into it. I gotta get the panel together, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get Floyd
Yeah.
on here. Imperial Kennels, y'all know what y'all talking about on these dogs, man. We need to get deep into it.
Mm.
Cut, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you some questions, man. Where do you think the bully game went wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed it's not no longer pit and staff no more. You know, they got everything else into it. Where do you think it went wrong? Was it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that question right quick. Let me respond to his comment right quick. It's up to 7 years actually for Parvo to last on your yard. But talking about Floyd May, one area to another.
Okay, yeah, the parvo, so they could live on your yard for up to 7 years.
Yeah, man. 7 years bad luck.
So what? How do you get rid of it? Like, can you bleach your yard down?
Woo, that's a good question. Damn, I'm about to miss answering the other question that he just asked before this question. I gotta start writing them down. Remember what the other one was?
About what?
No, he just asked before that one.
I don't know.
I got you. I got you. I ask it again.
Okay, all right, cool. So there's actually some what was that treatment that he had told us about to treat the yard? Because when you're talking about man-made surface, you can treat it with bleach. Like you got to bleach your wood, your cement. If you got a concrete slab,
You can bleach that down.
you can bleach that down. That's what we had to do to our pen. We bleached the whole thing, the kennel, everything, the doghouse, everything got bleached for 5 days.
Yeah, we did a video on that too.
Yeah, we got the video on our channel. But as far as the ground, we haven't used it, but we have found some type of spray that you can put down on the ground that's supposed to cure it. One of our customers that has a Blitz daughter from us here, he put us onto it. So you pulling it up?
Okay, well, you spray that in the grass and it absorbs in the dirt or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what
It's
it does,
spray, but it doesn't. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember. I can't find it. But it's a spray that you can use and it helps treat the ground. Cause he had his yard checked before by someone, and they showed him like where the hot spots were, and they was able to treat it. And then we was asking him about the person who treated his yard, and he showed us. He gave us a link that you can use to locate. Here it is.
What's that?
Yeah.
Put this on camera. Hold on, right quick.
He said that you can use to help treat your yard if it has parvo in the ground. We haven't done it yet because we don't have it on our ground.
Right.
But it's something that we'll definitely keep in mind. Probably actually pick up just to have in store, but just in case.
Let's see if I can pull this up on here. Where's the camera at? Like it's called Performicide. Apparently it kills parvo. So if anybody want to try that out, I guess you get that on Chewy.com for $35. Disinfectant.
Okay, yeah, you can come back and catch a screenshot of that. That's a good tip right there, man.
Yeah.
That's a good tip. I appreciate the knowledge. Everybody that is out there dealing with parvo, y'all go over there and check out Hotep Kennels. They made a couple videos on it. Name on that, how to prevent it on the
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You.
Are you breaking up? What you got? Are you reading it? I want to know what it says.
Can you hear me?
Nah, I couldn't hear you.
Okay. I said, yeah, man. I appreciate you coming through for the interview. You know, you more than welcome on anytime. Anytime I jump on, I'm gonna send you the link. You know what I'm saying? I love to get you on here on the discussion about the bully game. You know what I'm saying, and how it could be fixed. And I want to hear all sides. And what I'm saying, you got a lot of knowledge in the game, so I appreciate it.
Are you about to kick me out? I was going to address something.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Address it. I had ran out of questions and I ain't want no dry spots. Go ahead, address it.
Okay. Well, I couldn't get on, obviously, last night. I was having technical difficulties, but I was listening to Imperial Flames Kennels talk about the Camelot dogs. My dogs actually come from Camelot lines. Ogun and Kitaka. Their grandfather, Lojack, was a 50-50 cross between Chevy and Camelot. Now, he's right about the Camelot dogs originally coming from OFRN and tracing back to American Pit Bull Terrier bloodlines. That's true. But that's what Art did. When Kenny came into the picture, he wanted to do something different. He took it in a different direction. And he wanted to add size to his dogs. And that's why you have the dogs now that are 150 plus pounds. Because he wanted to bring in some bigger breeds into his shit. He even brought in Chevy. Big controversy behind him. Kenny's out there, I believe, in Tennessee. Who I got my dogs from is probably somebody you might want to have a deeper conversation about this with. His name is Marcus over at White Stuff Kennels. Y'all can look him up. He's got a lot of my productions over there as well. But that's where I got my dogs from. But anyway, like I was saying, back to what I was saying, Kenny was using a lot of Chevy dogs and was trying to discredit the Chevy line to take credit for his dogs being the way they are. I believe he had a dog named the Bus that's now passed away. You can find that video on YouTube if you haven't seen it already. But the Camelot blood went in two different directions. And Camelot dogs are in XL American Bullies. So when he was trying to say that the dogs don't fit the standard of an American Bully based on them having being hot, the original American Bullies were hot. The razor edge lines that he was talking about, the gray line, those dogs were hot. They were hot.
Yeah.
Remy, hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we used to call them pits on the street, but it was a bunch of them just on street with no paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Like floating around, and they was hot.
Exactly. Now I will say this: the style dog that the American Bully is, or was originally intended to be, predates the American Bully. Like it was around decades prior to the American Bully coming to existence. Like somebody just came in, they came in and just wanted to slap a name on the breed to establish themselves in this industry. But the style of the American Bully, having a dog that's supposed to be a pit bull on steroids with more mass, more bone, more head, those dogs existed way before the American Bully ever came into existence.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was saying. That's why he said they was pit bulls, not bullies, because they was okay. So you don't think they would cross nothing like Chevy or anything like that? You think those were just all solid pits?
No, there's no way you're going to get that kind of size without adding some type of mastiff. Like with the Chevy dogs, you can see the French Mastiff, Dog de Bordeaux, all in them. If you look at the French Mastiff and Dog de Bordeaux, you can see that in the Chevy. That's where that color comes from. The color and that size, that cherry red color.
Yeah.
That Turner and Hooch dog. You familiar with Turner and Hooch?
Yeah.
Yeah, they about to do a remake on that.
That was a beautiful dog, man.
Yeah, it is.
They don't really look like that no more, though. When you see them French Masters, they kind of big now, more like Hope.
Yeah. Yeah, people, the size craze has changed a whole bunch of breeds, yo. It didn't just change the American Bully. Like everybody just wanted a big dog, and everybody's starting to breed for it now in all breeds. You can see the Rottweiler; they doing even the brachycephalic with that. They shortening the muzzle now. They trying to make it look like a bully.
Yeah,
This is,
because you got the working dogs.
huh?
I said, do you think the American Bully needs to go back to the older style dogs, or do you think the direction? Because the direction now is leaning more towards the exotics for the bullies.
Yeah, we gonna see how long that lasts. Probably lasts about as long as they live.
Yeah.
So I give dogs a 10-year period before I even decide if it's legit or not. You know what I'm saying? If you can't live a decade, you are basically a non-factor among all these dog breeds. You're a fad that won't last because it's already bad enough that families have to part ways with a dog before their children even get out of school. Now you
Yeah, like back in the day, you have a dog,
dog
one or two
dying before
dogs
they,
coming up.
what's that?
I was just saying, yeah, like back in the day, you'll have one or two dogs growing up, unless you had a yard full of them because they live so long.
Exactly. Now if you got these people as children getting dogs that's exotic, they probably gonna go through about 5 or 6 of them before they ever graduate high school.
Hey, they're gonna better pay for college though with the price they selling.
Yeah, that's if they breeding them.
I might,
Cause
hey, look, I'm looking for a couple nice exotics, whichever ones. I've been hearing some of these bloodlines. Hey, if I got a sucker that's gonna pay me 15,000 for a dog that can't move, I'm gonna sell it to him.
that's why people get into it. That's the reason why people get into it right there. Because they're not trying to leave no money on the table.
Yeah, I see. I plan on beating them because I want some exotics that can move. If that's the game, if that's the route it's going to, I'm gonna get a couple nice ones that can move.
You'll probably be interested in the clean exotic movement. I believe his name is, what's this dude's name? Damn, I can't remember. I know it begins with a D. I don't know if it's Damon or what, but there's a breed out there that started a clean exotic movement. You probably look into that. Which they just
Yeah.
run me.
Well, I was thinking Frenchies instead of the exotics because I actually kind of like them little Frenchies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they are. You know what I'm saying? I take a couple of those.
yeah.
My preference is the classic though. You know what I'm saying? I like the classic bully. Everything else is
I, I prefer XL with a on a classic with a classic style. Like say for my favorite Grand Champion XL is Prince Charmer. So if you look up Prince Charmer, you'll see the kind of dogs that I like. Out of all the Grand Champions, whether it be with UKC or ABKC, Prince Charmer is my favorite, and that's owned by Heather over at Orly Drop.
American bully.
What's that? He broke up.
You said Prince Charmer.
Yeah, Prince Charmer, Grand Champion.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a UKC dog. I like the UKC style American bullies more so than I do the ABKC.
Okay. What's the difference between the UKC and the ABKC?
A performance standard.
Okay. So the ABKC, that's just the show for the looks.
Right. The UKC has a performance standard in their breed standard for the American Bully, and they don't have no classes. It's all one dog.
Okay. Okay. I Yeah, you it's on a challenge out there. If it's just everybody big dog in, best looking dog in.
Yep.
Okay, and want to perform the best, huh?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna have to register, make sure my dogs is all registered with UKC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you feel about what is your dog's registered UKC? Is it bullies or is it registered as a pit bull?
Yeah, I've done every time I do a breeding, I do a breed transfer with my dogs. I've done it with Ogun, I've done it with Little Man, and I've done it with Ra. So I do a breed transfer to American Bully, so that way I can register my puppies as American Bully. Because I did the breed transfer with Cashmere as well. Because all my dogs either said working pit bulldog or American pit bull terrier. Even my pocket American Bully Bliss is registered as American pit bull terrier with UKC. Nobody wants to do the breed transfer because people don't want to miss out on being able to breed to certain studs that aren't going to switch it up because they're not going to let you register breeds that don't have the same under the same breed name and register the litter. They had both parents have to be the same breed.
Okay, okay. I be seeing people that got like UKCs registered as a pit bull just come registered at ABKC as a bully, but
Yeah,
leave the UKC pit bull tag though.
yeah, because they don't want to miss out on being able to breed to somebody.
Okay, that's why then, huh? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Like I said, I really want you to jump on the panel. When you know what I'm saying, we can get some more in-depth questions because you know what I'm saying. I know you could take it there with them. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, man. Let them know where they can find you. You know what I mean? And y'all go over there and subscribe to his pages and stuff when he call them out.
Yeah, this Hotep Kennels. You can find me on YouTube, obviously, Instagram at Hotep Kennels, Facebook. Check out our like page Hotep Kennels, and TikTok Hotep Kennels.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? It's a very special guest. I be watching all y'all videos, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot of knowledge from y'all. Y'all show the good, the bad, and the ugly with the bully game. So, you know, it's a lot to think about before you get into it.
Oh yeah, it might get even more ugly here in a minute. Like I said, I got some. We at a crossroads, like I was trying to say last night. So some decisions got to get made. And you was right to assume and guess that I possibly may be having to sell the whole yard.
Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? Anybody out there listening? I know y'all follow Hotep Kennels, man. He said he got some news coming. The yard might sell. Negotiate the thing if you pay that man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was already downsizing, so I already had about a dozen of them that I was looking for homes for. But depending on how things go with my wife's new direction in life, uh, I may be having to go on the road with her. So we'll just see how things go.
Okay, man. Hey, I wish y'all the best. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything work out right. You know what I mean? Hey, shoot me the list of the dogs that might be for sale on the IG or in the text. You know what I'm saying? So I can go through and look at them.
No doubt.
Already, man. Hey, appreciate you coming through, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man, just stay positive, man. Stay focused, man. Put health first, man. These dogs, they need us to make the right decisions for them, man. They need to have the best quality of life experience. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about just the money. We have to have some integrity about ourselves. There's plenty of ways to make money, and if you're looking for another way to make money, I can help out with that as well. Peace and blessings, man.
All right, there you have it, man. Y'all put some pride in what y'all doing, man. Y'all stay tuned. Coming up next, you know what I'm saying? We'll see if we can get him on the panel. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming through. Until next time, man, we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.